Hi, my name is Hannah, and I am a certified trauma-informed yoga teacher. I invite you to join me in this session if you are experiencing disassociation, depression, or even derealization. I invite you to begin by standing up and finding your feet beneath you. Now, you can choose a stance that works for you. So you might find that your feet land right underneath your hips. You could feel that out, see how that feels for you. And you might also notice that maybe your feet are together in a narrower stance, or perhaps further apart in a wider stance. There's no right or wrong here. It's simply what feels stable in your body. So I welcome you to take a moment and begin to feel your feet on the floor, noticing where your feet want to be, what feels stable. And once you have that, I welcome you to either place your hands down by your sides, maybe you just let the arms hang, or perhaps you place one hand over your heart and one over your abdomen. And we'll begin with our sense of sight. So you could begin to take a look around the room, whatever space that you're in, beginning to notice what surrounds you. Even if you've been in this space many times, can you look with fresh eyes, really registering, this is where I am right now. That's it, just simply noticing. You can even look behind you, notice what's behind you. Looking up, maybe noticing the texture of the ceiling or whatever is above you. And then even looking down and noticing what you're standing on. If you're standing on a yoga mat, you might notice the color of the yoga mat. If you're standing on carpet or floor or wherever you are, maybe you're wearing shoes, maybe you're barefoot, whatever it is, can you notice, tap into your sense of sight? This is what I'm standing on. This is where my feet are. And you might choose to leave your eyes open. And if you do, you might decide to soften the gaze, resting the eyes on a still, unmoving area if that feels welcome. Or if you'd like, you could even take your eyes closed if that feels safe. Knowing that even if you do take your eyes closed, you can open your eyes and change your mind at any time. No questions asked. Everything in this session is an invitation. You reserve the right to accept or decline the invitation at any time for any reason. And shifting from our sense of sight, beginning to tap into your sense of sound. Beginning to notice if you can hear any sounds outside of the room or the space that you are in. We're just observing. Perhaps you begin to bring your sense of sound in a little closer, maybe into the room or space that you are in right now. And then even closer still, perhaps you can tune into the sound of your own breath. You might notice the sound of your breath as you inhale and as you exhale, maybe noticing that it sounds different or similar. An option to release this awareness of the sound of your breath and shift into your sense of touch. If your hands are over your abdomen and chest, you might notice the feeling of your hands resting on your torso. You might even move your fingers a little bit to feel this sense of touch. Or you might bring your awareness to your feet on the floor. Maybe even wiggling your toes a little bit. Feeling your feet connected to the mat. And option here to begin swaying. And if swaying with your eyes closed does not feel welcome, you could open the eyes at any time. Maybe even taking a look down at your feet and noticing that as you sway, your feet move to support you. Maybe your toes lift up off of the mat a little bit. Maybe you see the weight shifting from one foot to the other. And as you notice this happening, could you also feel it happening? So can you tune in to your feet? And as you either sway or maybe you make circles, you could even begin to go from the two sides of your feet swaying back and forth to creating circles here. And can you tune into the feeling of the weight in your feet shifting on all four corners of your feet? Staying here with this sensation and awareness for the next 4 breaths. And if you are making circles, you might even change the direction of your circles if you want to. Three more breaths. Last one. And then finally, if you'd like, you could continue rocking or making circles, or you could come back to stillness, your choice. And here I welcome you to simply notice how your feet feel. Can you notice any sensation change in your feet? And if not, that's okay too. But can we be curious? Is there a change? And if so, what is that difference? You might continue to keep this awareness in your feet. Or if you'd like, you could shift your awareness back to your breath as we begin to close out this practice. Simply noticing your natural breath move in and out. Maybe you leave your hands down at your sides. Maybe you return to a hand over the heart and one over the stomach. Whatever feels supportive to you. And for 3 breaths, I welcome you to simply notice your breath naturally moving in and out. So you don't have to do anything to change it. Just watch it. And you might continue to stay right here, watching your natural breath move in and out. Or if you'd like to, you could join me for a breath visualization. And we'll take 5 of these breaths if you'd like to join. And so starting with your inhale, I welcome you to notice the breath moving in through your nose, all the way down your body into your feet. Can you breathe into your feet? Send your inhale down into the soles of your feet and notice this energy going down. And as you exhale, I invite you to allow the breath to rebound back up and out as you exhale and let it go. 4 more breaths just like that, breathing in through the nose, breathing into your feet. Exhale, allowing your breath to rebound right back out. 3 more at your own pace, breathing in, breathing out. 2 more, inhaling all the way down into your feet, feeling this connection with what's beneath you, feeling your feet and the weight of your body sinking down as your feet support you. And as you finish up this last round of breath, you might begin to simply check in, notice how you feel. Option 2, wrap your hands around your arms and maybe give your arms a little squeeze, maybe a little sway, maybe rubbing your arms or even rubbing your palms together. And bringing your hands to heart center if that feels welcome, or you could leave them wherever you want. And I invite you to take 1 collective breath with me to close out this class. Starting with an exhale, we'll breathe in together. Thank you so much for joining me for this class today. I hope that you feel safe, connected, and at home in your body.